The Ender 3 is an affordable and great entry-level 3D printer made by Creality. The kit includes the factory pre-assembled base, which comes with all the electronics enclosed, the heated bed and hot end attached, the aluminium extrusions for the frame uprights and top, a power supply with pre-wired switch and cover, a LCD screen with single control dial, pre-assembled carriage, stepper motors, tensioner, spool holder and power cable. The hardware for the assembly comes labelled and sorted in bags. There's a small amount of PLA filament, a microSD card with a USB card reader. All the tools required for assembly are also provided and includes a pair of cutters and a scraper. The build instructions are in easy to follow steps, and these are also on the SD card for reference. The 3D printer requires some assembly, and this process can be completed within a few hours. The first steps involve bolting on the uprights to the base, then attaching the display and power supply to the frame. Installation of the stepper motors and lead screw, then the assembly of the hot end carriage to the axis, adding the belt, and installing the component to the frame. The next step is to finish the frame by bolting on the top aluminium extrusion, assembling and installing the spool holder to the top of the frame, then connecting the wiring for the end stops, stepper motors, and the display. Finally, work on the cable management and neatly zip tie all the cables. Before turning on the printer, take your time to inspect and check over the completed build and make any adjustments if required. The frame on the Ender 3 is strong and rigid by using aluminium extrusions and metal components. The power supply, spool holder and display are all neatly attached to the printer's frame, making for a neat all-in-one machine. It has a 220 by 220 by 250mm print volume, and the bed measures slightly larger than the listed specification at 235mm. At the back of the heated bed, there is a cable holder attached to reduce any strain on the wires and solder joints while in use. The latest version also includes a removable and flexible print surface for easy removal of the finished prints. The printer uses a Bowden Setup, which locates the extruder away from the hot end and feeds the filament via the PTFE tube. This removes the additional mass from the moving hot end for faster and smoother printing. Located at the front of the printer is the main electronics board. This has a separate cooling fan and is enclosed in a metal housing. The printer can be connected by USB, or the 3D models can be loaded and printed via the microSD card. The microSD card is small to handle and may be worth adding a standard SD card adapter. Leveling the Ender 3's print bed is quick via the 4 large wheels found on the underside of each corner. These make for quick and easy adjustments. The menu is displayed on a large LCD screen, and this is simple to navigate with the single dial. This is used to scroll through the menu, to start printing and to adjust the settings. The first benchy test printed all the details and the features of the model well. The overall print quality is really good for a printer in this price range. It prints smoothly and is one of the quietest printers I've used. Another feature of the Ender 3 is the print resume function in case of an unexpected power outage during a print. I tested this function by removing the power cord halfway through a print. Once powered back on, the printer displays the resume function, giving the option to select continue and finish the print. This worked well, although it did leave a small blob of filament on the print surface where the nozzle had stopped. This is expected and can be easily cleaned up. The 20mm calibration cube still printed with good tolerances even with the deliberate power cut. The next item printed in vase mode with a 0.2mm layer height and a 0.4mm wall thickness. It printed smoothly and clean to another high quality printed product. The Ender 3 is a fantastic 3D printer for beginners and those on a budget. It is easy to set up with a compact and sturdy metal frame, large build volume and produces high quality prints out of the box. If you're looking for your first 3D printer or a second machine, this one is highly recommended and extremely great value.